A panel of expert judges tasted blind. No labels, no prices, no bottle weights. They named a $40 bourbon the best in the world. That bottle is #1 on this list. 10 bourbons. Real production, real awards, real value. Here is what smart buyers already know. Number 10. Old Forester 100 proof bottled in bond. Around $25 to $30. Brown-Forman has been making Old Forester since 1870, the oldest continuously produced bourbon brand in America. The 100 proof bonded expression does not get the attention it deserves. What it has is the legal backing of the Bottled in Bond Act. Under that law, a bonded bourbon must come from one distillery, one distilling season, aged at least 4 years under government supervision, and bottled at exactly 100 proof. No blending tricks, no coloring, no age statement games. Remember that law. It shows up across this entire list. And it shows up at the very end. Pour it, and the vanilla arrives immediately, warm and straightforward. The oak builds underneath. There is a grain sweetness that does not overstay its welcome, followed by pepper on the finish that reminds you this is 100 proof. The finish is clean and honest, not complex, not revelatory, just correct. Old Forester 100 proof, bottled in bond, is a reliable proof of concept. It shows you what the bonded standard tastes like at the entry point, so you can calibrate every other bonded bourbon on this list against something you can afford to drink on a Tuesday. For $25 to $30, it is the bourbon equivalent of a perfectly tuned instrument. Nothing flashy. Everything working. Number 9. Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. Around $18 to $20. This is where the Bottled in Bond Act stops being history and starts embarrassing the premium shelf. $18. 100 proof. 4 years under government supervision. The Heaven Hill Distillery puts its name on it, and the federal government puts its seal on it. No marketing language needs to be trusted because the law already did the verification. Pour it, and there is caramel up front, a little citrus behind that, vanilla through the middle, and black pepper on the back end. The finish has real oak presence, and it lingers. For $18, that finish has no business lasting as long as it does. Evan Williams Bottled in Bond carries the same legal guarantees as bourbon bottles that cost 3 times as much. Forbes highlighted it as a 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition Double Gold winner. Double Gold at $18. If you are reaching past this bottle and paying more for a bourbon with weaker legal standing and similar liquid, that decision deserves a second look. Number 8. 1792 Small Batch. Around $28 to $32. This bottle won Best Kentucky Small Batch Bourbon at the World Whiskies Awards 2025. It also took Double Gold at the 2025 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Barton 1792 Distillery is part of the Sazerac portfolio, which is not a small operation. But 1792 Small Batch does not get the shelf attention its awards justify. That obscurity is the buyer's advantage. The mash bill runs high on rye and you taste it. Spice arrives early, herbal and a little sharp, followed by caramel that smooths it out. Vanilla comes in the middle. The finish has a brine quality that rounds out what would otherwise be a straightforward sweet and spicy profile. It is a bourbon that makes you pay attention. At $28 to $32, this is award-winning liquid that never had a moment in the spotlight large enough to drive the price up. The judges voted. The market mostly ignored it. That gap between what a panel of experts decided and what the shelf is charging is worth $28 of anyone's money. Number 7. Knob Creek 9. Year. Around $35 to $42. In a category full of no-age statement bottles, Knob Creek puts a number on the label and backs it up with 100 proof. 9 years, 100 proof, no apology. Knob Creek was built to reflect what pre-prohibition bourbon tasted like before distillers started smoothing everything for mass-market palatability. The oak is the first thing you notice. Rich and assertive, not aggressive. Caramel builds underneath, layered rather than flat. The vanilla is supporting the oak, not leading it. The finish is long and earned. Something built by 9 years of maturation does not taste like something rushed. Knob Creek earned 98 points at the International Wine and Spirits competition. At $35 to $42, this is what an age statement is supposed to feel like. At a time when age statements are disappearing across the industry so distillers can manage inventory more flexibly, Knob Creek 9-year is quietly being stubborn about it. That stubbornness tastes like $35 very well spent. Number 6. Maker's Mark 46. Around $35 to $38. When Maker's Mark released the 46 in 2010, the stave finishing technique was a genuinely unusual production decision. Mature Maker's Mark whiskey goes back into cask with 10 seared French oak staves inserted directly into the barrel. It then rests in a limestone cellar for additional weeks. The seared staves are in direct contact with the spirit, extracting vanilla, spice, and toasted wood character that the original Maker's Mark does not have. This is not a marketing story dressed up as a process. This is wood chemistry. The result in the glass is meaningfully different from the standard red wax bottle. The vanilla is deeper. The caramel has a toasted edge. Baking spice comes through more clearly. The finish is longer with a velvety texture the base expression does not deliver. Maker's Mark 46 won double gold at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. At $35 to $38, you are buying a finishing technique that most craft distilleries charge $60 or $70 to attempt. Not just a bourbon that tastes good. A bourbon that tastes good because an actual engineering decision was made, not because a focus group approved the packaging. Number 5. Elijah Craig Small Batch. Around $23 to $26. Heaven Hill does not talk loudly. The company is family-owned and operates some of the largest warehouse capacity in the industry. Elijah Craig Small Batch is the product that quietly wins competitions without the brand ever seeming particularly interested in the attention. Double gold at the 2021 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Level 3 charred new oak barrels, 94 proof. Hand-selected batches. The glass tells you something honest is happening. Vanilla bean arrives first, sweet and clean. Sweet fruit follows, a little like baked apple. Fresh mint threads through the middle, an unusual note that should not work, but does. Spice and a touch of smoke come in at the back. The finish has a toasty warmth that lingers longer than the price has any right to support. For $23 to $26, Elijah Craig Small Batch is the bottle a certain type of smart buyer keeps 6 of in the house and never tells anyone about. It does not ask for attention. It just keeps winning double gold and sitting on the shelf at the same price while everything around it gets more expensive. Heaven Hill does not need to tell that story loudly. The liquid already did. Number 4. Wild Turkey 101. Around $25 to $30. Here is where the math gets uncomfortable for the premium shelf. Wild Turkey 101 is 101 proof. Aged 6 to 8 years. A 2021 San Francisco World Spirits Competition gold medal. Around $25 to $30. Many bottles marketed as premium bourbon sit at 80 to 90 proof and cost $40, $50, or $60. Wild Turkey 101 gives you more alcohol by volume, more aging time, more char contact from level 4 alligator char barrels, and more flavor per dollar than most of what surrounds it. The vanilla and caramel arrive with real weight. The oak is assertive. Baking spice comes through clearly. The orange peel note near the finish is the kind of thing you find in bourbons that cost twice as much and advertise it on the label. Eddie Russell has been at Wild Turkey alongside his father Jimmy for decades. Between the two of them, they have shaped this distillery longer than most premium bourbon brands have existed. That experience is in the bottle. Wild Turkey 101 is the bourbon that every proof-to-price argument in this conversation eventually comes back to. It sets the standard everything else gets measured against. And here is something worth noting. The same Russell family, the same distillery, the same decades of maturation philosophy also produces the bottle at number 3. Plant that thought. It pays off in about 60 seconds. If this kind of breakdown is helping you buy smarter, hit subscribe. Every week, this channel covers bourbon, scotch, and the wider spirits world from the angle of what the liquid actually delivers, not what the label is promising. Drop a comment below and tell me which bottle on this list surprised you most. We are heading into the top 3 now, and number 1 is the result that should have changed how this category is priced. It has not. That is good news for your wallet. Number 3. Russell's Reserve 10-year, around $35 to $48. There it is. The same distillery, the same Russell family philosophy. Jimmy Russell has been making bourbon at Wild Turkey for over 60 years. His son Eddie has been there for decades alongside him. Together they hold the record for the longest combined service of any father and son master distillers in American bourbon history. Russell's Reserve 10-year is their name on the bottle. This is a real 10-year age statement. The bourbon is bottled at 90 proof, lower than Wild Turkey 101, and that is intentional. 10 years in the barrel means the oak has done more work. At 90 proof, the orange peel character opens up. Citrus and butterscotch arrive together. Maple builds through the middle. The oak is present but refined, not aggressive. Toffee and spiced caramel carry through a finish that feels settled, like a conversation that no longer needs to prove anything. At $35 to $48, you are getting a real age statement, a master distilling legacy spanning 6 decades, and a flavor profile that 10 years of American oak helped build. The bottle does not advertise itself. It does not need to. The Russells already made their case. Number 2. 4 Roses. Single barrel. Around $45 to $50. When you buy a 4 Roses single barrel, you are buying one recipe, one barrel, 1 year of production decisions made at the distillery. That transparency is rare at this price. The most widely available expression is OBSV. The S mash bill runs higher in rye. The V yeast strain contributes floral, fruity, and light spice character. At 100 proof, aged 7 to 9 years, this bottle won double gold at the 2023 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. At the 2024 World Whiskies Awards, 4 Roses Single Barrel was named World's Best Single Barrel Bourbon. In the glass, dried spice arrives first. Pear follows, a ripe fruit note that does not feel synthetic. Cocoa comes in behind that. Vanilla and maple syrup thread through the middle. Plum and cherry show up toward the finish, which is long and clean. Each element arrives in sequence and contributes something specific. You are not tasting a blend of decisions. You are tasting one decision, fully committed. $50 is not cheap bourbon money. But World's Best Single Barrel Bourbon at $50 is the kind of pricing anomaly this channel exists to document. Number 1. New Riff Bottled in Bond. Around $35 to $40. Here is where the story that opened this video lands. New Riff Distillery sits in Newport, Kentucky. Founded in 2012, which in bourbon terms makes it a newcomer. No century of history on the label. No famous name. No heritage marketing. The mash bill is 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. High rye by any standard. Bottled in bond, which means every legal requirement from 1897 applies. One distillery. One season. At least 4 years of aging under government supervision. 100 proof. Non-chill filtered. At the 2026 World Whiskies Awards, a panel of expert judges tasted blind. They did not know the brand. They did not know the price. They did not know whether they were tasting a $15 value bottle or a $300 allocated release. They tasted what was in the glass. And they named New Riff bottled in Bond the world's best bourbon. The official tasting notes from the panel included lemon zest and butterscotch on the nose. On the palate, cinnamon, caramel, fresh fig, vanilla cookie, sweet pastry, dried leather, and a rye note the judges described as pumpernickel bread with brine. The finish was warm and sweet with caramel, lemon peel, a crumb cookie note, and coffee. Those are not tasting notes written to sell a bottle. Those are tasting notes written by people who did not know what they were drinking and could not stop writing about it. The shelf price is $35 to $40, available in all 50 states. Sitting in the rack at your local store right now, probably without a placard or an award sticker or any indication that a blind panel just voted it the best bourbon in the world. Every bottle priced above $40 is now in a position to justify itself against a $40 world champion. Most of them cannot. The ones that cannot are selling you shelf position, bottle weight, and the story of prestige. New Riff is selling bourbon. The judges confirmed it. And here is the thread that closes everything. That 1897 law that opened this list is the same law that makes New Riff bottled in bond what it is. A group of American distillers built a legal standard to protect honest production. Over a century later, that standard produced the world's best bourbon at $40. The law worked exactly as intended. The shelf just has not caught up yet. Next time you are standing in the bourbon aisle, find the bottled in bond section. Find New Riff if the store carries it. Pick it up. Look at the price. Then look at everything around it that costs more. Ask one question. What are those other bottles giving you that the world's best bourbon does not? If the answer is just packaging and a better shelf position, put them back. The $40 world champion has been there the whole time.